This is OGTV Comprehensive News in English. I am Olayinka Shodunke. Our top stories. Governor Abiodun inaugurates Amotekun, decorates Professor Soyinka as Super Marshal. INEC resumes voter registration on June 28 as APC extends membership registration by 3 weeks. Nigerians without national identity number risk 14 years imprisonment. Myanmar military kills 43 children since February coup. Coexistence and personal peace are at the heart of global peace and harmony.
And on sport news tonight, CAF fixes dates for 2021 AFCON, reschedules Benin Sierra Leone qualifier. I'll be back to keep you abreast of more happenings from the world of sports. My name is Moses Ojewumi. Stay with us.
Now starting our coverage, Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has inaugurated the Ogun State Security Network Agency, codenamed Amotekun Corps, with a charge on operatives to work and operate within the ambit of the law. Governor's office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports that the governor stressed that Amotekun is not in competition with security agencies in the state and warned that Ogun State will not be safe haven to criminals.
Western Nigeria Security Network, co-named Operation Amotekun, is a security outfit responsible for curbing insecurity in the region. Ogun State has now inaugurated Amotekun Corps. Operatives of the Amotekun security outfits, according to the governor of Ogun State, Prince Abiodun, have been carefully chosen and trained, as well as providing the outfit with take-off security vehicles, motorcycles, and communication devices.
The provision of equipment and recruitment of personnel will be a continuous exercise. As they say, to whom so much is given, so much is expected. I expect nothing less than a superlative performance of duties from our operatives. They must diligently add value to strengthen the security of lives and property in Ogun State. In doing this, the operatives of the Amotekun are also expected to carry out their duties within the ambit of the provisions of the law established in this outfit. Let me be clear. Your role is primarily to prevent crime. You are to do this through systematic intelligence gathering and collaboration with other law enforcement agencies, especially the security network agencies of other states.
He urged the people of Ogun State to support and cooperate with operatives of the Amotekun Corps to strengthen the security machinery in Ogun State.
I call on other security agencies to also cooperate and collaborate with the Amotekun to form a synergy of purpose towards ensuring security of lives and property in the Nigeria state. This was particularly emphasized by Professor Wole Soyinka. There is no competition, but there should be collaboration. Just as we are doing all this towards strengthening security of lives and property,
the governor stressed that social interventions have been put in place as a way of fighting crime, which are part of its job security, poverty alleviation, and food security programs for the people.
Let me at this juncture reiterate and say unequivocally that no part of Ogun State will be a safe haven for criminals and criminality in whatever form or guise. Let those who think they can come into Ogun State with criminal tendencies have a quick rethink. Ogun State will never be home for criminals, whether big or small. We will smoke them out, arrest them, and hand them over to the swift hand of justice. This is a very strong note of warning to anybody, landlords or tenants. Any property found to be serving as hideout to criminals will be taken over by government, but we shall also demolish such properties. Whoever is found to be harboring kidnappers, ritualists, robbers, or criminals will be arrested and hand over for prosecution.
The governor also commissioned vehicles and other gadgets for the Amotekun in the state. The motto of Amotekun Corps is zero tolerance to crime. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
Meanwhile, Amotekun operatives have been urged to set example as being civil in the discharge of their duties and respect fundamental human rights of citizens. This was the crux of the goodwill messages from dignitaries at the inauguration of the Amotekun Corps held at the Arcade Ground, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Governor's Office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports that Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka was awarded as the Super Marshal of Amotekun by the State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun. His reports.
This cap to Prof being the Super Marshal of Amotekun in Ogun State, and also the swag stake that Prof referred to. Each Prof says is very different and unusual, and this defines the Amotekun symbol. Thank you very much, Prof.
Professor Wole Soyinka, after receiving the award, implored the security agencies to see Amotekun as a complementary outfit.
You've been created to assist them, to protect them, to be part of them, to live inside them, to gather information, to say to the police, the military, we cannot handle this, but we have seen this. Would you like to take a look and assist? You're not here because you now have a uniform to start behaving like some other security agencies who shall be nameless, the way they've been dealing. You have to set an example to say that you are a civic unit.
Other dignitaries at the event admonished residents of the state to cooperate with and support the Amotekun Corps.
And I want to assure His Excellency and the good people of Ogun State that we all work closely together in the area of sharing of information, as well as in joint operations where necessary, to ensure that we eliminate crime and criminality from the state.
And to the officers, we must know that the rights of the citizens must be fully protected. And I want to implore the police, all the security agencies around, to please cooperate with them. This is community policing at its best, because our people will feel more comfortable to relate with the men and women here. And I want to implore you to please, because they can only arrest and hand over to you. Do the right things. We've seen a few challenges in the States.
And I ask all of us, please let's cooperate with them so that their work will be made easier. And we expect them to complement existing security outfits that we have in the state. Please share information, share intelligence, work together for the greatness of Ogun State.
Commander of the Amotekun Corps, David Akinremi, promised to discharge its duty without fear or favor.
Be whosoever, whether indigenous, whether non-indigenous, provided they are resident in the state, we want to assure them that their lives and properties will be well protected. And that is the whole essence of our being. And we are committed to that, the state governor and the government is committed to that. And we're going to walk and walk and walk.
The objective of the Amotekun Corps is to ensure that they work together with other security agencies to ensure residents, investors, and visitors sleep with their two eyes closed. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
Security plans are in top gear for the establishment of Ogun State Public Service College, as all necessary documents and machineries have been put in place for its takeoff. Chairman, Civil Service Commission, Engineer Tokunbo Odebumi, made this known while monitoring 2018, 2019 and 2020 promotion exercise at the State Ministry of Justice, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Our reporter, Kolawole Osho, covered the exercise and his report is presented in this package.
Effectiveness, efficiency and productivity are the most important things that any civil servant must possess before he or she could get promoted. Sequel to the approval of the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, to conduct 2018, 2019 and 2020 promotion exercise for civil servants in the state, Chairman State Civil Service Commission, Engineer Tokunbo Odebumi, and his commissioners were out to monitor the promotion interview exercise ongoing at the Ministry of Justice, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Engineer Odebumi described the process as successful, which is in tandem with the dream of Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration.
This, I know, it's a very, very important ministry in terms of service delivery. And we've been able to talk to them, been able to see what they are doing. And I'm very pleased and happy with the process that they've engaged, the quality of the panelists, and the method of looking at the issues, particularly the yardstick to use for promotion exercise.
He also speak on the proposed public service college.
We are in the process of making sure that we have a college ourselves where we can do our examinations directly and make the college available for all other states that don't have such facilities, public service college. Since 1976 that the state has been created, we have been dependent on an ASCON. We feel that it's high time we had our own, and that's why we think that our program is to use the current Staff Development Center at Kobakpe to take off, then while we move to the permanent site gradually. But it's a very doable thing, and Ogun State government has decided that we are going to go there.
The chairman and other commissioners and the State Civil Service Commission also paid courtesy visits on the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Akingbolawan Adeniro, in his office. Engineer Debumi encouraged state councils to put in more efforts towards winning all cases and project the government in positive light to the public. Mr. Akingbolawan Adeniro commended the chairman and other commissioners for the visit and promised quality service delivery at all times.
Now, in its mission towards improving educational provision in the state to meet the demand for technological and vocational manpower needed for development, Governor Dapo Abiodun has approved the award of Bachelor of Technology, BTech, by Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Abeokuta. The Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, conveyed the approval in a letter signed by the State Director, Primary and Higher Education, Dr. Waid, dated March 23, 2021. The letter addressed to the Acting Rector, Dr. Adeoye Odedeji, stated that Prince Dapo Abiodun has graciously granted approval to commence the process of affiliation with Olabisi Onabanjo University for the purpose of running BTech programs. It further explained that the approval would be in tandem with the requirements approved by the National University Commission. The BTech approval to Mapoli is also a confirmation of His Excellency's keen interest in education to align it with the demands of modern trends, which places premium on technological and vocational skill acquisition. It will be recalled that Governor Abiodun, on assumption of office, revived Mapoli with a pronouncement to return the institution to status quo ante. While reacting to this development, the acting rector maintained that the program would retain and sustain the hand-on policy of technical and vocational education training policy. The acting rector explained that the BTech will be mainly for national diploma graduates of programs accredited by National Board for Technical Education in the Polytechnic. According to the acting rector, the reason is to give maximum benefits to all the product and their counterparts from other institutions within the context of the programs accredited in the Polytechnic. Dr. Odedeji said as soon as all arrangements have been concluded with OOU and NUC, there is assurance that the program will begin before the end of this year. On behalf of the management, staff and students of the Polytechnic, Dr. Odedeji expresses heartfelt appreciation to Governor Dapo Abiodun for this giant offer to Mapoli. He promised that the institution will continue to key into the mission of building our future together agenda of Ogun State. Still ahead in the news, President Muhammadu Buhari apps on unity as Nigerians join other Christians worldwide to commence Easter celebration. Details after the break.
Are you a young person between the ages of 18 to 40 years, living in any part of Ogun State? Do you have a smartphone? Do you want to be financially independent, or do you want to earn between 100,000 naira and above per month working for yourself? Prince Dapo Abiodun led Ogun State government in collaboration with Access Bank PLC created an opportunity for you to become financially independent as agency banking agents. How to apply? Log on to https://bit.ly/close-agents, fill biodata form and download the agency banking form. Go to the nearest Access Bank branch near you with 3 recent passport photographs, a recent utility bill and a valid ID card. Alternatively, interested applicants can meet with Access Bank officials at the nearest local government secretariat between 6th and 7th of April 2021. Candidates are to go to the local government secretariat with 3 recent passport photographs, a recent utility bill and valid ID card to apply. All applicants' forms must be submitted on or before Friday, April 9, 2021 at any Access Bank branch close to you. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni.
The Ogun State government, under the leadership of Prince Dapo Abiodun MFR, in its efforts to plan for housing and infrastructure requirements, road, urban and rural renewal projects, water, rural electrification, and many more, is embarking on a property enumeration drive across the state. The project will assist the government in ascertaining the key areas to be fixed in ensuring an equitable distribution of all projects and infrastructure. This is to implore all residents and business owners to cooperate with the enumerators as they visit all houses, business buildings to capture data. Kindly provide all necessary information to our enumerators, who will be having on them verifiable means of identification. Ogun State, building our future together. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni. Announcer, Ministry of Finance.
Welcome back. President Muhammadu Buhari has reiterated his position that Nigerians are better and stronger as one nation. He therefore called on citizens not to allow mischief makers divide the country. President Buhari's position was contained in his Easter message made available to journalists by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina. The statement quoted President Buhari as saying that Nigerians should not allow the antics of a few mischief mongers to fragment the unity and faith that the vast majority of the citizens of this country cherish and believe in. The president also gave an assurance that the security challenges facing the country would soon become a thing of the past. He commended security agents who he said continued to confront evil-minded individuals through the darkest of nights to keep others safe. The president recalled that a year ago, in most of major cities, celebrations were somewhat subdued. Nigerians battled the effects of the deadly coronavirus pandemic. President Buhari also acknowledged the sacrifice of doctors, nurses, and other frontline health workers who have made the difference in saving lives and ensuring the reduction of the spread of the virus. As Christians celebrate Easter, the president said it was an opportunity to renew hope and faith, show love and appreciation to one another, and not to despair, no matter the challenges of the period. Now, Ogun State Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimota Lakoyedele, has urged citizens of the state to join hands with the present administration towards making life meaningful and improving personal prosperity of citizens. Engineer Salakoyedele stated this in an address at the Town Hall meeting, an empowerment program organized by Member House of Representatives Ifo Ewekoro Federal Constituency, Ogun State. Honorable Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka held at King's Court Hall, Itori, represented by the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Revenue Assurance, Mr. Sheyi Ogunsheye. The Deputy Governor emphasized that government alone cannot provide the wherewithal, hence the need for people of the state to support the agenda of the state government.
Her Excellency wishes to thank the organizer on this community town hall meeting and Easy Life Empowerment Program. With what is on ground today, that I've seen the kiosks outside, the transformers, the appeal that all the beneficiaries make good use of the empowerment program to improve the livelihood and household. Once again, on behalf of Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor, I congratulate you, my God, myself, and the good people and many people of the Ifo-Ewekoro constituency on this laudable achievement. Let's continue to work together for the advancement of Ogun State.
Appealing to all the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the empowerment to better their lives, she appreciated the organizer for fulfilling his mandate to his people. Earlier in his remarks, the organizer of the program and member House of Representatives Ifo-Ewekoro Federal Constituency, Ogun State, Honorable Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka, said the empowerment became imperative as a way of giving back to the electorate with a view to ameliorate on the yearnings of the people of his constituency. The beauty of democracy is said to be even distribution of its dividends to the people by their representatives. This again came to fore when Honorable Kola Lawal Mobolo Ruduro again engaged the people of Yewa South and Ipokia Federal Constituency with empowerment programs, as he also commissioned 11 projects. Bumi Adigun was at Okeodo, venue of empowerment program, with thousands of people as beneficiaries. His reports.
What a way to end the month of March, as Honorable Kolawole Lawal Mobolo Nduru, popularly called KLM, member of House of Representatives, representing Yewa South Ipokia Federal Constituency, put smiles on the faces of his constituents. It was a week-long event which started with a stakeholders meeting with Yewa South and Ipokia local government. This included commissioning of modern public toilet with borehole at Sabo Market, Owode Yewa, block of 2 classrooms with office store and furniture at Community Primary School, Elekute, Owode Yewa, solar-powered borehole at Okeodo, block of 6 classrooms with store, toilet and furniture at Muslim Primary School, Okeodo, block of 6 classrooms with office, toilet and furniture at Baptist Day School, maternity center with borehole at Koko Market, and many more, running to 11 projects.
Yes, I have to come out with it because I feel their pains. I know what happens to people in recent times, especially during this COVID pandemic period. People have been suffering, people have been locked down, people have not been able to go about their normal businesses. And we have schools, we have toilets in the public toilets in markets, we have boreholes, we have transformers, we have maternity center, and the lack of it.
The icing on the cake happened on the last day of the month, where youths and women, running to hundreds in number, were empowered. From Education Support Fund to over 20 students of the constituency, mechanic tools, bricklaying tools, grinding machines, deep freezers, generators, barbing tools, motorcycles, hairdresser kits were also given out.
Appreciate you, and God will do out of your work in the name of Jesus.
I want him to continue his good works, and may God continue to do it in.
This is not the first time he has been trying. We have been seeing what he has been doing, and we are very grateful.
The event was witnessed by leaders and faithful of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State, who came to celebrate with him. They also congratulated him for being a good representative of their constituency at the House of Representatives.
He has demonstrated an unprecedented representation here today by giving to all and sundry.
I think I've been seeing a good job that he's been doing for so long, so I really appreciate what he's doing.
If you see the quantity of the materials that are outside there, you should give kudos to the honorable members.
I pray they will utilize it well and show him more love. I pray by this time next year, he's going to perform more than this.
Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has fixed June the 28th for the recommencement of continuous voter registration (CVR) exercise nationwide. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu stated this while addressing newsmen in Abuja. Professor Yakubu explained that the new date was necessitated for the production and procurement of INEC voter enrollment device IVED, which will be used instead of the direct data capture machine. Professor Yakubu attributed the Commission's decision to the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic and slow supply chain and delivery of the manufacturing company abroad who are not in full operation for the production of the IVED registration device, saying measures have been taken to effect the commencement of CVR on June the 28th.
Android tablet. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our partners abroad hardware are not operating at full capacity, and the pandemic has also made the supply chain and delivery much slower. In consideration of these challenges and the measures we have taken to overcome them, the Commission is now in a position to announce Monday, 28th June 2021, as the date for the commencement of the CVR exercise nationwide. On behalf of the Commission, I call on all intending registrants, especially those that have turned 18 recently, to turn out and register from Monday, 28th June 2021.
INEC voter enrollment device IVED is based on an Android tablet and it's compatible with Android operating system. It will be integrated with the online registration portal. The All Progressives Congress has extended its ongoing nationwide membership registration and revalidation exercise by 3 weeks. The exercise was scheduled to end on Wednesday. The caretaker Extraordinary National Convention Planning Committee of the APC had extended the exercise till March 31st, 2021. The first phase of the exercise was earlier scheduled to end on Tuesday, February the 23rd. However, the party announced extension of the exercise in a statement issued on Thursday by the National Secretariat Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, APC, Senator John Apan. The APC leadership had said the audit of the report reviewed from the National Membership Registration, Revalidation and Update Committee, the State Registration Committee, and that of the party's Situation Room indicate, among other situations, that most states, for varied reasons, started late and require additional time to conclude the exercise. Other issues include an avalanche of applications from critical stakeholders, including all state caretaker chairmen, for an extension of time to capture Nigerians who are still desirous of joining the fold of the progressives. The federal government has declared that 189 million subscribers identity models have been registered in the country. Out of this figure, 150 million have completed registration, while the remaining have problems of improper registration. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy Issa Pantami said this on Thursday at a special weekly briefing organized by the Presidential Communication Team held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. He also disclosed that as at the 31st of March 2021, over 51 million have been fully enrolled for the national identity number.
Achieved in the area of enrollment from the time Mr. President has directed me to supervise NIMSI to date is unprecedented. And we will continue to ensure that in the next few years we have a complete database of all our citizens in the country. It is a requirement by law. No country will be successful in education or health or budget planning or national planning without database of its citizens in place.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Pantami, says Nigerians without a national identification number risk 14 years imprisonment. He said this at the weekly presidential media briefing organized by the Presidential Communication Media in Abuja. While encouraging Nigerians to enroll for NIN, the minister warned that those yet to obtain the NIN risk 7 or 14 years imprisonment as stipulated by the Nigerian Constitution. He explained that while obtaining a SIM card may be optional, NIN is mandatory, noting that a lot of transactions in the country are not supposed to be carried out without NIN. Ogun State government will continue to provide enabling environment and support necessary for cooperative organizations to thrive in the state. Commissioner for Community Development and Cooperatives, Honorable Ganiu Amzat, confirmed this while commissioning the Itoku Abeokuta Cooperative Investment House in Ake. Elizabeth Esson reports.
Itoku Abeokuta Cooperative Investment and Industrial Society Limited was established on the 15th of April 1996 with registration number 276 as Cooperative Industrial and Investment Society under Ifeoluwa Cooperative Multipurpose Union Limited, Idiaba, Abeokuta. Since its establishment, the society has recorded various landmark achievements, among which is the construction of the investment house being commissioned.
State was bought on 30th March 2018 with a team of building a complex in which God has made it a reality today. The total cost of the complex is 51,880,075 naira only.
Commissioner for Community Development and Cooperatives in Ogun State, Honorable Ganiu Amzat, while commending the society for the achievements so far, promised government's continued support for cooperative societies in the state.
The importance of what we are doing today cannot be overemphasized, because cooperative society is so important within the society. What we have done, what we have really done, apart from being an investment to the cooperative society, it's also an investment for your members. And I have no doubt in my mind that this will also add to the economic growth of the state and, of course, the country in general.
Also speaking at the occasion where the President, Ifeoluwa Cooperative Multipurpose Union Limited, Idiaba, Evangelist Philip Babatunde, and the President, Oxcofed, Alhaji Abdulrazak Balogun, were both commended the prudency of Itoku Abeokuta Cooperative Investment and Industrial Society Limited. The investment house was thereafter commissioned by the delegates from the Ministry of Community Development and Cooperatives, led by the Commissioner, Honorable Ganiu Amzat. Elizabeth Tesson, OGTV News.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, says over $1 billion would accrue to government from the sale of spectrum after completion of the digital switchover. The minister stated this in Abuja. Digital switchover is a process of transmitting from analog to digital terrestrial broadcasting, and the country has set April the 2nd for the resumption of the rollout of the second phase in the remaining 31 states. The first phase of the rollout had covered the Federal Capital Territory and 5 states of Plateau, Kaduna, Kwara, Osun, and Enugu. Mohammed said when the process is completed and there is analog switch off, the spectrum band to be vacated by the broadcasters would be ceded to the Telecom Regulatory Agency for sale and use in the mobile broadband industries. To mitigate the effect of waste management on the environment, it is imperative for critical stakeholders to evolve modern methods of waste disposal. One of such methods is the GeoCycle initiative being brought to the front burner by a leading cement manufacturer in Africa, Lafarge Africa PLC, as it seeks to partner with the Lagos Waste Management Authority. Our reporter Adibola Oshomoji reports.
Conserving the environment through reuse of resources
is one of the challenges of waste management, which has caused environmental degradation. In a bid to provide solution to this challenge, however, Lafarge Africa PLC received a team of Lagos Waste Management Authority, LOMA, to interface with waste management regulators for its geocircle services as a source of generating heat. In a short presentation by the head of geocircle service of the company, it was revealed that a paradigm shift in the process of waste recycling is imminent.
Sometimes, why is it costly to manage waste? And that you will see when you go to site. Sometimes you go to industry, I want to manage your waste for you, you pay for me. People think, why? I cannot keep waste as it is and dump in cement cake. It doesn't work. It means I need a process either to shred, to blend, to do whatever, to come into a homogeneous form before I can fit into the cement cake. And that's what we call pre-processing. So if you don't do this, you cannot. So and this thing takes pain and time.
The visit, according to the Assistant General Manager, Loma, Taurid Dosumu, was leveraged on experiences of what Lafarge is currently doing with waste products.
However, we haven't gotten to the level which we set ourselves to get to. That is why we go everywhere, we do everything to partner with those we think can help us to get to where we are going. Even if it means Lafarge, we are okay for that.
In driving the sustainable innovation and growth through partnership, Lafarge Africa PLC is set to partner with waste management regulators to further strengthen the geocircle facility, which was launched in year 2018 for alternative energy source. Adebola Oshomuji, OGTV News.
No fewer than 10 mentally challenged persons have been taken off the streets of Abeokuta metropolis through the humanitarian gesture of Southwest Chair Health Trust, a non-governmental organization saddled with the responsibility of providing free healthcare treatments and rehabilitation to the mentally challenged. Olajumoke Oladipupo, who covered the exercise, now reports.
It is on record that Southwest Share Health Trust has over the years been rehabilitating and bringing back to life some people who are mentally challenged and rehabilitating them. Members of this non-governmental organization were out again, but this time around, it was in Abeokuta metropolis, where they rescued about 10 mentally challenged people. The Chief Executive Officer of Southwest Share Health Trust, Honorable Onomusi Onodeko, stated that he and his team remain committed to giving hope to the hopeless.
Well, it's a passion. It's a passion for humanity. I can't imagine how Nigerians go to bed seeing their fellow human being in the condition you have seen these people, and we expect them to spend the rest of their life in such condition. You know, it touches my heart, and I wish we could do more than we are doing. We are not funded by government, we are not funded by any agency as I speak to you. We are supported by Nigerians.
Calling on those that are blessed in the society to emulate the gesture.
We are doing this, to be honest with you, to complement the effort of His Excellency, Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun. We don't want to wait, and we don't expect that government will be the one to do everything for us. So we as individuals, as organizations, we should look at a way of complementing what the government is doing. And I want to implore Nigerians to have that love to their fellow human beings. They are actually incapacitated, and it is only when we come to help them, they appreciate it.
Members of the community who witnessed the act of kindness displayed by this non-governmental organization expressed satisfaction about the way the exercise is being carried out. All the mentally challenged that were rescued were later taken to Itele Jebu Rehabilitation Center of the Southwest Share Health Trust for proper rehabilitation. Olajumoke Oladipupo, OGTV News.
Now, a 50-year-old man, Aziz Agbola, has been arrested by men of the Ogun State Police Command for unlawfully parading himself as a legal practitioner. The suspect, a resident of Badagry in Lagos State, was arrested while appearing as a counsel before Chief Magistrate Court Agbara. His presentation in court arose the suspicion of the Chief Magistrate, who invited the police to arrest him for proper interrogation in order to authenticate his claim of being a lawyer. Upon his interrogation, he confessed that though he read law in the university, he has not been called to bar since he has not passed the law school examination. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, CP Edward Ajogu, has ordered that the suspects be charged to court as soon as possible. In business news, federal government to explore opportunities in potato value chain. Join us for details and more on the business segment of the news after the break. Welcome to Business News. The federal government is to explore opportunities within the potato value chain to further achieve food, nutrition and security in the country. The Director of Federal Department of Agriculture, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, stated this at the Potato Value Chain Stakeholders Workshop in Oshogbo. Ajia Babangida said that the ministry was willing to explore all the opportunities within the value chain to further and in furtherance of achieving food, nutrition and security for the country. She said the primary objective of the workshop was to create a forum for the major actors in the potato value chain to chart a way forward for the realization of the fullest potentials locked up in potato production, processing, utilization and marketing. The director also appealed to stakeholders in the Southwest region to explore the profitable investment in sweet potato business for economic growth and development. Ajia Babangida, who noted that there are indifferable challenges in the potato value chain, said efforts must be put in place to solve the challenges. Economic growth in sub-Saharan Africa is expected to rise between 2.3% and 3.4% in 2021 after contracting by 2% last year. The World Bank also said that prospects for recovery in SSA economies are strengthening amid actions to contain new wave of COVID-19 pandemic, speed up vaccine rollout after an economic growth contraction in the region. The bank noted that economic activity in Eastern and Southern Africa sub-region is expected to expand by 2.6% in 2021 and 4.0% in 2022. It also projects that the real GDP in Western and Central Africa sub-region will grow to 21% in 2021 and 3.0% in 2022. A total of 441 points of petroleum product pipelines were vandalized in 2020 compared to 1,484 points in 2019. Data from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation have shown. The corporation spent 53.36 billion naira on pipeline repair and maintenance costs from January to November, according to latest data obtained. The NNPC said in collaboration with local communities and other stakeholders, it continuously sought to reduce and eventually eliminate these menace. In December 2020, 43 pipeline points were vandalized, representing about 18.60% increase from the 35 points recorded in November 2020. That was business news. Up next is the foreign news with Shemilori Makonju.